Hello and welcome back to Whiskey Wars. My name is Sean, and tonight we'll be doing our round 5 of March Madness Best Bourbon Under $40. Tonight we're going to find out what is the best 100 proof bourbon under 40 bucks. Let's get into it. Okay, here is our lineup for tonight. We got Johnny Drum, we got Rowan's Creek, Cooper's Craft 100, David Nicholson Reserve, and James E. Pepper 1776. So 2 of these are Willet products, and the 2 of these are not exactly 100 proof. Rowan's Creek is 100.1, and this is 101. But that's as close as I could get to all these being 100 proof and still in the price range we were looking for. So let's go ahead and get these things poured. I hate the top on this thing, I'll just say that outright. But that won't matter in this blind tasting. Put that over there, and it will be going into Glass A. So Johnny Drum, Glass A. Rowan's Creek will be going into Glass B. You see that? Cooper's Craft 100 is going to be going into Glass C. Here we go. David Nicholson Reserve will be going into Glass D. Almost dropped the cup there. There we go. That would have certainly ruined the video. And then finally, James E. Pepper going into Glass E. I hope I'm holding the letters in a way that you guys can read them. All right, we got our glasses on the Drunken Susan. Let's get these things spun up, mixed up, all crazy, so that we have no idea what they are. They're getting unruly as usual. Keep on spinning. Here we go. All right. Take these off in a random order. Something like that. And let's go ahead and get into glass number 1 here. See what we got. So even though we're not nosing this, the nose on this thing is very strange, like a weird kind of sawdusty cologne or something. The palate's not much better. Very sour, lots of sour oak. There is a decent caramel note in there, kind of some pepper. There's a little brown sugar. It's mainly just kind of sour oak and pepper and a little caramel. There's a kind of a vanilla. It's kind of strange, it's kind of chemically. Don't care for what that is. I forgot to show it. There we go. Whatever that is, not great. Let's move along to glass number 2, if nothing else, just to get the taste out of my mouth. Here we go. Hopefully this one's better. Glass 2. So glass 2 is better, but not by a lot. I don't think either of those will finish in the top 2, so I doubt either will move on. I forgot to show you glass 2, so there we go. Yeah, didn't care for either of those. This isn't the sawdust wood bomb that this one is, but it's still woodier than I would like, and not like a toasted oak wood, just kind of like wood. There's just like the taste of wood in this glass. Also, there is some nice caramel. It's a nicer caramel than glass 1. Nice brown sugar note there. Less pepper, less sour oak notes, but still some sour oak notes there. So I imagine both of those are fairly young. They taste it. The nose on this is better, not that we're really nosing, but I would say all around a better experience than glass 1. Let's move on to glass number 3. Okay, so there's what glass number 3 is, and pretty sure we have found the Brown-Forman product. That tastes very much like Cooper's Craft, and so because of that, it's significantly better than glasses 1 and 2. I could be wrong, but that tastes a lot like Cooper's Craft. So dark, rich brown sugar, really nice caramel. It's just very desserty. The whole experience from start to finish, very desserty. Got chocolate, caramel, nice vanillas in there, a little brown sugar for sure. Nice kind of toasty oak. So there's kind of like there's smoked old fashioned. So this is like a smoked chocolate sundae or something like that. Very good. Nice mouthfeel, much nicer mouthfeel than glasses 1 and 2. And the finish is just kind of chocolate and coffee, little hints of pepper in there. There's a nice kind of cinnamon mid-palate as well. Nice sip, really enjoyed that one. let's move on to glass number 4. So there we go. That's what glass number 4 is. Totally different experience than 3, but still very nice. Much more citrusy, but in a good way. Not like sour oak like these two. This one is like a sweet orange. A little bit of like orange rind in there. There's a little bit of tannicness, but still kind of like an orange creamsicle because there's a nice vanilla note, nice creamy notes in there. Not a ton of spice. There's a little black pepper on the back end. All in all though, an enjoyable sip for sure. I did enjoy glass number 4. Let's move on to glass number 5. So here's what glass number 5 is. Hopefully you can see that. And I think I know what these 3 are. These 2, I'm not sure. But this feels like a cheaper version of this, which means these are the 2 Willett products, I'm guessing, because I'm pretty sure this is the Cooper's, and one of these is the David Nicholson, the other one's the James E. Pepper. Of course, we'll do some blinds off camera, but this is, like I said, just a cheaper version of this. So it doesn't have the mouthfeel of glass 4. The citrus note isn't like it's matured. It's more of a lemon than like a sweet orange. Just all in all, this is just not as good of an experience as glass number 4. So we'll go ahead and do some blinds off camera and be right back with the results. So this may have been the shortest off-camera blind tasting I've done yet. It was pretty clear, basically first go round, what was the best and what was the worst. I had to compare 1 and 2 a little bit, and I just, for the sake of it, I just kind of went through these just to make sure I had my placements. So it was kind of like this. This is really just kind of off. I could just throw this off the table. Don't care about this one at all. I have a feeling I know what this is because I have a feeling that it's the one that made my do not buy list. And if you haven't seen that video, please check it out. I'll link it at the end. So let's see if I'm right. I'm guessing this is E. Let's see. Yeah, that's E, and that's James E. Pepper, and it's still terrible. I actually forgot how terrible it is. So this tastes like some kind of like men's cologne and sawdust and sour oak with a little pepper and a little caramel. Now, if that sounds good to you, then I just assume that there's something completely wrong with you. But if you're a normal person, don't drink this. Don't buy it. Don't even look at it. Just avert your eyes if you ever see it in a store. It might harm you just to look at it. Anyway, that's number 5. We're just gonna, the camera doesn't even need to see it. So I hope that's off camera. We're gonna make sure. We're just gonna push it over there. Okay. 4th place. This was whatever. Like I could care less if this existed. It's fine. It's not as offensive as that. But anyway, let's see what this is. This is, okay, D. So there we go. That is David Nicholson. All right. Yeah, I could live without it. It's fine. You know, if somebody poured this for me, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's also not impressive at all. It's just very middle of the road. Actually, it's slightly below average. So, you know, I think I rated this before with the new rating system. This would have been below a 5, I think, or right at a 5. It's just very mediocre. Anyway, so that's that. 3rd place, what do we got? I'm guessing this is Johnny Drum. I think this is the one I thought was like the cheap experience of Rowan's Creek. I'm guessing that's what this is. I could be surprised. Yeah, okay, so, yep, Johnny Drum, there you go. You know, this is one of those situations where it's cheaper for a reason. We seeing that good? Yeah, okay. The Rowan's Creek is worth the extra money, clearly. This is just, it's whatever. It's better than this, which is very average, and this is just a little better than that. You know, again, if I didn't have them in my collection, I wouldn't really fret about it. Now, though, to the 2 that are moving on. Let's move these guys. We're just gonna take them down, actually. So that way, you know, People got to watch the whole video and all that kind of stuff. So those are our losers. So now on to first and second. And I have a pretty good idea of what these two are because they're so entirely different that I don't think you could confuse these easily. So I'm guessing this is Cooper's and this is Rowan's Creek. So let's see if I am right. So, yeah. B is Rowan's Creek. Now, I must say, nothing wrong with Rowan's Creek. So that means Cooper's is our winner. These are two excellent bourbons. And, you know, I think it's really more personal preference. I prefer the Brown-Forman profile. But if you like something a little more outside the box, and I mean outside of your typical bourbon profile, I think Rowan's Creek does a really nice job of that. The orange creamsicle note that you get on this is not something you find in a whole lot of bourbon, so I really appreciate that unique experience. You can tell the whiskey's working because the tongue's a little twisted. But the unique experience that you get on Rowan's Creek, I think, is kind of one of a kind in the price range. There's not a lot of bourbons in the price range that give you that flavor profile. So if you're looking for something a little different, Rowan's Creek is a great bourbon. Now to the winner though, Cooper's Craft. If you're a fan of the channel and you kind of keep up with what I like, I don't think this is really a surprise at all. I probably could have predicted this months ago, honestly. This is one of my favorite bourbons, and it didn't disappoint tonight. I love it, and so there you go. I think I've said enough about Cooper's, but the flavor notes you get are just fantastic to me. So, folks, if you have not tried either one of these, I think both of them are a buy. I think both of them will do well going forward. Can't wait to see how they do in our Tasty 12 coming up. So these two are moving on. And folks, if you've enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. And if you're really enjoying them, please subscribe. And here is a playlist for this whole best under $40 thing we got going on, the March Madness. And here is a subscribe button. And until next time, folks, just remember, you can never have too much good whiskey.